Good day, everyone. We once more get back into Utawarerumono, Mask of Deception. Where we left off, we made landfall in Tusker, where we were tasked with getting supplies to the surrounded fortress of the Yamato soldiers, and we ran into a patrol party, which we had to engage to get there. And now we're on our way to. We met up with Momochika. We're on our way to the fortress. Beep. Amazing. Hee makes my ears tickle, all this noise. I wasn't expecting the hero's welcome. I'm not very good with these situations. It's a little embarrassing. Their supply lines and communications were totally cut off. They were desperate for this. Guess that makes us big damn heroes. Not really my thing, to be honest. Still, a welcome like this makes that grueling trip over the ocean all worth it. Haku, I'll accompany Miss Nico and see to the necessary protocols. Thanks. Guru, let's go get all the stuff unpacked from the carts. Oh, right. Guess I'll stay here and keep an eye on the supplies then. I can't feel the usual vigor from the Yamato soldiers. Uro must be rock bottom, going by the mood. Lord Haku? Look up toward the source of the voice, calling my name. Oh, Momochika. On behalf of everyone here, I'd like to extend formal thanks to you. Your arrival arrived just in time. Don't worry about it. I'm just here in Tusker to try its cuisine. Delivery is a side gig. It's reassuring to hear your nonchalance again, Lord Haku. I didn't notice before, but Momochika seems pretty worn down, even if she is smiling. I doubt she'll say it much openly, but the battle up until now must have been hard fought. You're nothing to worry yourself over. Thanks to these provisions, the tide will turn in our favor. I guess I was letting my expression betray my thoughts. Oh right, this is for you. Probably should have led it with it, but it's a letter from Oster. I see. It seems my debt to Lord Oster continue to accumulate. I doubt he sees it like that. You're likely right, but even so, I won't soon forget all the help he's given me. That goes for you as well, Lord Haku. Such a sense of obligation, but I guess that's just Momochika is. Just how Momochika is. No, this letter transfers you to my command as long as you're here. Is that correct? Yeah.
ではこちらへ少々付き合ってもらいたい。
Then I bid you follow me. I wish for you to accompany me somewhere. Munachika leads me to a tent much larger than any of the others in the vicinity. Along the way, she explains the current state of the war. I gotta check something. She explains the current state of the war. Okay, that was what I wanted to check.
すでに察しているだろうが、戦況は芳しくない。
You've doubtlessly noticed that conditions are not favorable to us.
この地に共闘府を築くことはできたのだが、攻めあぐねているのが現状でな。
We've established a foothold in the area, but thus far we've been unable to progress any further.
今のところ、大戦には至っておらぬが、軽装の兵による奇襲は昼に夜に幾度となく受けている。
We've yet to meet them in full-on battle, but skirmishes rise at all times of the day or night.
奴らはどこからともなく現れ、人騒動を起こしては、あっという間に森や山に逃げ込む。
They appear as if from nowhere, raise a commotion, then vanish beyond the tree line.
討伐隊を差し向けても、すぐに追跡を振り切ってしまう。
Any hunting parties we send out are unable to track them down.
深追いし、逆に罠にはまって返り討ちに遭う部隊もあった。
Many a squad has chased them too far out, only to fall into a trap.
じりじりと数を減らされるのも問題だが、襲撃が夜通し繰り返されることもあり、兵たちは一日中気の休まる暇がない。
And so our numbers continue to slowly diminish, while Tusker's assaults persist relentlessly.
目下問題なのは兵たちの疲労の方であろうな。
Fatigue is the single largest threat to our campaign now. The troops are wearing themselves out. Guess the home turf advantage is a bigger factor than I thought.
おそらくはこちらが把握しきれていない小さな抜け道を奴らは巧妙に利用してくるのだろう。
It's likely their knowledge of local, smaller paths is enabling their guerrilla tactics, yes.
それらは補給線を襲うことにも利用され、本国からの補給物資はことごとく奪われてしまい、伝令の行き来すらままならぬ。
Doubtlessly, they used those paths to stage strikes on our supply lines as well. We're cut off. I see. So it's possible they meant for you to camp here all along. The area they know best.
どうやらトゥスクルの将は相当戦慣れしていると見える。
Right. The Tusker general is well versed in the arts of war.
聞けば十数年前、大きな戦があったようだ。それゆえ、戦の備えは怠っていなかったのかもしれぬな。
I've heard tell that Tusker fought a large-scale civil war some years ago. Perhaps that's why. I remember my brother saying something to that effect. How he tried to negotiate a way to study this land with the Kamanagi, and how they denied him. Maybe they've been anticipating Yamato restoring to force all this time. They've been ready for us.
ハク殿、
Lord Haku? Munachiki's beckoning pulls me out of my thoughts as we arrive in front of the tent.
ここが本陣だ。入ってくれ。
This is our forward command center. Please come in.
遅かったにゃもむねちか。
You were late, Munachika.
今しがた届いた物資と援軍を出迎えていた。容赦いただきたい。
Apologies. I was seen to the resupply and reinforcements effort.
ほう。ではそのものは確か白だったか。こうして話すのは久しいな。
Oh, then you must be part of the reinforcements. Your name was Haku? Forgive me, it's been a while.
本国より物資を届けた白殿である。この度小生の指揮下に入ってもらうため同席を許し願いたい。
Yes, Lord Haku will be under my command for the duration, so it is my wish that he joins our meetings.
俺は一向に構わん。好きにするといい。
I have no qualms. He may do as he likes. Rico looks me over, and the corners of his mouth turn up in a small grin. Iko Pampo, on the other hand, shoots me a dubious glance as I follow Moonchika to her place.
おめえ見覚えがあると思ってにゃむが軍議で随分と生意気な口を聞いていたお一人の腰巾着にゃむか。
I thought you looked familiar. Oster's lackey. Hmm? You certainly run your mouth off at the War Council.
だが特別に許してやるにゃも。せいぜい文をわきまえるにゃむな。
Can I just beat him over the head? In my magnanimous, I will forgive your imprudence once. I expect you to hold your tongue. Man, he really doesn't like me, does he? I guess it's because I'm more of a mercenary than a soldier.
では始めるぞ。時間は有限であり、何よりも貴重であるからな。
Let's begin, if that's everything. Time is a valuable resource. We ought to waste what we have.
さようにゃもな。
Indeed. Iko, Pampo, and others seat themselves, followed by Munchi. When I try to sit, however,
おお、白殿でおじゃるか。
and here comes. Oh, joyous days! Master Haku, look upon me, Master Haku, and see a visage wrecked with rejoicing. Huh? I recognize that voice anywhere. Maru, how you been?
この通りピンピンしておじゃるよ。
Oh, behold me, as fighting fit as those remember. Maru remained a paragon of health.
嬉しいでおじゃるよ。白殿がいてくれれば100人力。
Oh, but now our reunion glads me. Health, forceful, the presence is worth 100 men and more. Nico Pampo levels a glare at him, and Maru freezes, sinking silently back into his chair. Oh, right, I totally forgot he was working as Nico Pampo's tactician. Seems like he's having a rough go at it, as usual. Not sure if I can say anything to help right now.
無駄な時間を使いおって。ボコイなんて、あやを始めるにゃも。
You're the one that's wasting, but well. Bah, wasting our precious time. Wanna... Nayat, begin.
了解であります。
As you say, sir. The man called Bunyan Nayat spreads a large map across the table, then points out a particular location.
どうやらこの先の山岳地帯に敵の砦があるようです。
Scouts reports indicate an enemy stronghold in this mountainous region here.
先だってから幾度も繰り返されている襲撃はおそらくこの砦からのものでしょう。
We can reasonably assume that enemy troops waylaying our forces are deploying from it.
しかしこの山は険しく、砦の背後に至っては断崖絶壁。攻め落とすには大きな困難が伴うと予想されます。
One side is a sheer cliff, and the approach is made troublesome by the extremely difficult terrain. The assembled generals and their tacticians lapsed in silence as Polka Inuit grim description. He used the word troublesome to glaze over the challenge, but it seems all but insurmountable. Not to mention the enemy's prior knowledge of the territory, the terrible terrain disadvantage. You can't rely on their numbers in such a narrow space, but deploying with fewer troops won't help either. Which means the optimal strategy is probably... And it's because you look down on them that they're able to beat your ass numerous times. Because you don't know how to... Bah, this backwater country has only been able to resist us thus far through sheer dumb luck. This feeble stronghold will fall in but moments if we rally our full combined strength, yes? Pico Pampo suddenly burst out in enthusiasm. They're doing strategy, dude. More than you know of strategy. Look at our enemy. They avoid a head-on fight, continuing to snip at our heels with these skirmishes. They fear our military might. They are weak, pathetic, and extreme. We should rally for a proper frontal assault on the... No. As one who prides herself on defensive tactics, I disagree. I propose we abandon this location and make a tactical retreat. Iko Pampo, shocked, ceases flailing at Munichiki's words. She continues, ignoring his reaction. Holding our current position will only see our numbers continue to diminish. We cannot push forward. I submit that our priority should be to retreat, regroup, and reorganize our available troops. What? Absolutely not. We are here under direct orders from the Mikado. Have you already forgotten? You expect us to stand before the enemy, then turn tail and run, to accept such naked shame? Tuskar is primarily composed of woods and mountains, with little in the way of flatlands. That is why they equip themselves lightly and favor guerrilla tactics over traditional Rakshara style. Our army is composed of Rakshara accustomed to fighting on plains. We have no advantage here. Positioned as we are, we cannot fight at even a fraction of our full potential.
どれだけの苦戦を強いられた？
Their fundamental tactics differ too much from ours. I bid you remember how much we struggled.
海を渡って遠征している我らの足元を見られているのだ。補給線が伸びきり、ちぎれそうな我らの足元。
They target our weakness. They understand we cannot hold out forever. Our supplies are limited.
ここで無理に戦えば、さらなる苦戦を強いられる。大国の意地だのメンツなどで、兵を危機にさらすか。
Knowing that, would you still force a fight and sacrifice the lives of our soldiers for pride?
あのような辺境の小国を相手に苦戦だというにゃもか。
Are you saying we're struggling against such a tiny country?
わしらは帝の命により顔面な未開人どもを討伐しに来たにゃもぞ。
We've come here to subjugate these degenerate primitives, as is the Mikado's will.
このままおめおめと引き下がれるにゃもか。
We can hardly afford to shame ourselves in front of our enemy and flee.
このまま逃げようなどとは言ってはいない。ただ、確実に補給が受けられるところまで下がろうというだけだ。
I am not saying we should fight outright. I merely propose we find a more easily supplied location.
その下がるという発想自体が逃げ腰で覇気を感じるにゃもよ。
That statement itself reeks of cowardice. Where is your fighting spirit?
まさかおみえ、帝のご意向に背くつもりではないにゃもな。
Or do you tend to controvert the Mikado's will? Nuchiki, who maintained a conversational tone up until this point, abruptly stands up.
その言葉、聞き捨てならん。
I
撤
can,
回していただこう。
I can abide by such slander. You retract those words, sir.
にゃも、図星を疲れて言うにゃも。このような不忠者が発注症とは呆れて物も言えぬにゃもよ。
Noi. Have I hit a sore spot? To be sure, I'm astounded so disloyal a woman was made one of the eight pillar generals.
デコポンポ、貴様。
Dico Pampo, watch yourself.
呼び捨てにするなど無礼にゃも。
What the gall? You would address me by name alone?
同じ発注賞といえど、成り上がりのおみゃと貴人であるわしとでは格というものが違うにゃも。
General,
思い上がりも。
General you may be, but a base-born rat hardly compares to one such as me. You allowed your ego to
少し黙れ。
be silent.
にゃも。
Yeah, you dare... Munachika glares at Dico Pampo, her eyes full of cold fire, while he glares back in furious sweat. This isn't good. Munachika is hard to rile, but I could tell evoking the Mikado filled her with rage. The tension continues to escalate, right to the edge of swords being drawn, but then a low voice speaks.
お二方、ここはどうかお収めください。
Please, generals, we need you to compose yourselves.
おみえ、たかが来光のおそば好きの分際にゃもに。
He doesn't know how to shut his mouth.
するつもりにゃもか。
You dare give me commands? You're not but Rico's flunky.
お気に障られたのでしたら申し訳ありません。ですが、貧困法制で気高きデコポンポ様らしくないお言葉。
I apologize. I mean not to offend, Lord Dicopo Pampo, but such words are unbefitting a man of your station.
どうか、いつものお優しいデコポンポ様にお戻りください。
I would very much like to see you return to the kind, understanding Lord Dicopompo I know you would be.
あなた様の雄大で気高い振る舞いに、下々は勇気づけられるのです。
Your brave, courageous Dimar never fails to rekindle a fire in my heart. So much goddamn crap. Dicopompo mood softens at the word of empty flattery fills his ear.
にゃも。まあ、にゃ少々大人げなかったかもしれにゃもな。
Well, yes, I suppose my behavior has been somewhat jubilant, most Characteristic of me. That guy's pretty good. Rico's lieutenant weaves word of flattery for Dico Pompo all but effortlessly.
ありがとうございます。差し出がましいことを言った私のようなもののことを気遣ってくださるとは。
Thank you, my lord. I knew your understanding heart would forgive me for my impudence.
やっぱりデコポンポ様は気高きお方なのですね。
I always knew you were a man of noble mind and soul alike.
にゃほんにゃほん。わしは貴人であるにゃもからな。
Yes. Well, I am one of noble birth, after all. Dico Pompo's foul mood immediately dissipates with the praise. I doubt he even remembers why he was upset. And then Rico, silent until this point, goes and ruins it all in one sentence.
そこのブルタンタが見苦しいのはいつものこととして、貴様までとはらしくないな、宗近。
I expect the swine to make a habit of unpleasant displays, but you disappoint me, Munichika.
ああ、
Yeah.
すまぬ。少々頭に血が上ったようだ。
My apologies.
不愉快な思いをさせた。
My apologies if I cause you discomfort. I forget myself. Munichika nods an apology. She apologizes and admit wrong in Dico Pompo's stead, so all he can do is remain silent. With his reproach of Munichika done, Raiko turns on Dico Pompo.
デコポンポ。俺の役目は貴様の監督。その実は貴様の尻拭いだ。
Dico Pompo, mine is the duty of watching over you. This is code for cleaning up after your messes.
にゃ
Yeah.
俺は貴様のすることにいちいち口出しするつもりはない。面倒だ。
I do not wish to oppose your every action. Such is a waste of time, for now.
しかし、監督役を仰せつかった俺がこの戦に口出すとき、それは俺がこの戦の全権を担うと同義だと思え。
Should it come to that, I will evoke my office as marshal and assume control of this campaign.
聞く耳を持たん。文句があるならそれこそヤマトに帰って正常の前で申し開きしろ。
I will not brook whining or complaints. Return to Yamato and tell them to our liege if you wish.
これが正常の温情だということ。わからぬほどに愚かではないと思いたいが。
But truly, I doubt you are so dim-witted as to not realize that your presence here is an act of mercy.
ウズール社での失態、夢忘れるな。今回のこの遠征、失敗すれば今度こそ見限られると思え。
Your folly in Uzurussia, you'll do well not to forget. Repeating that mistake will see you replaced.
にゃもあれは少しばかり兵がウズール社の地形に不慣れだっただけにゃもこのわしが失敗するなどありえぬにゃもよ
Bah, my soldiers were unused to the Russia terrain. There is no other explanation for my defeat.
おお、なるほど。今度は当然勝つということか。そういうからには何か策はあるのだろうな。
Oh, you make it sound as though victory this time is certain. I presume you have a plan prepared?
当然にゃも我が秘策を聞いて驚くがいいにゃも
Of course, a splendid plan. You best brace yourself, for my plan is astounding elegant.
堂々と勇ましく進撃舞うように華麗に敵を翻弄そして臨機応変にあやつらの砦を落とすにゃもよ
We gracefully maneuver around our enemies, using their weakness, and adapt until the fortress is ours.
おお、素晴らしいのであります。さすがはデコポンポ様。このボコイなんて感激の極み。
A splendid plan indeed. Brilliant in its simplicity and elegance. I, Bono Niniat, stand in awe. How in the world is that a plan? Even worse, he seems deadly serious about it.
そして宗近おめえにはその先陣を務めてもらう
Murichiga, you will lead the offensive.
小生はもののふである。 敵と剣を交わすことに是非はない。
I'm a Monoful. It is my sworn duty to cross blades with our enemies.
が小生の力最も発揮するは守りの戦。それを砦攻めに使うと。
That being said, mine are abilities at best suited to defense. Don't you wish to reconsider?
だからこそにゃも砦の守りが得意なのにゃもその攻め方もよく知っているにゃもね。
That is precisely why a defender of fortresses should know how best to dismantle one's fortifications.
後方はわしが引き受けるにゃもおみやが心配する補給路は守ってみせるにゃもね。安心するがいいにゃもよ。
I will bring up the rear. Rest easy knowing I am protecting your supply lines. Dico Pampo's mouth curls into a smudged, self-satisfied grin.
この状況を打破するためにゃも了承してもらえるにゃもね。
We must all play our roles in this war. After all, will you accept yours?
しかしマロとしては宗近殿のおっしゃる通り。
Prithee, hold a moment. Were we to give Lady Munachika proposition is due, perhaps...
バカかおみゃは撤退などありえるにゃも。
Imbecile, you dare suggest we put any stock in this tactical retreat nonsense? Yep.
あのような蛮族ども相手に撤退も小細工もありえんにゃも。正面からひねりつぶすのみにゃもよ。
We need not retreat. No trickery. All we need to do is crush these barbarians in a frontal assault.
そうでありますぞ。山野が多くて少数のろくな装備も持たぬ兵が中心なら守りに入れば逆にカゴの中の小鳥同然。
Just so. If their army is truly as light equipped as you say, their defensive capabilities is paper thin.
ということでよろしいにゃもか。
So, does that plan suit you?
よかろう。そこまで言うなら好きにするがいい。だが、先ほど言ったことは忘れるな。
Very well. If this course enthuses you so, do as you will. Merely remember what I said.
わかっておるにゃも。よは勝てばよいにゃも。勝てばにゃも。
As long as I win and end. I know.
納得がいかぬか。だが決定したことだ。貴様は己の責を果たせ、ヌネチカ。
I could tell you disagree, Munachika, but you have your orders. Fulfill them.
あいわかった。
Understood. It's a three-way.
長旅で疲れているところ付き合わせてすまなかった。
It's like three different camps. Hikapopo just wants to get glory, so he'll do anything he needs. Munachika is trying to keep everyone alive. And Rico just wants to get rid of everyone else because he thinks they're competition because he expects the Mikado to be dying. So he wants to gain authority back home. And he doesn't want competition. And he's thinking a little far-headed, but he's also forgetting short-term plans too. A little too much. I must apologize. I asked you to accompany me, but you must be tired from all your travels. I don't really mind, but why did I need to be at that meeting in the first place?
一つは我らの現状を知ってもらおうと思ったのだ。不利な状況にもかかわらず、我らは一つにまとまることもできぬ。
I forgot I have. No, that's not what I wanted. Come on, give me the. Let's move you over. Okay. One reason is that I wish you to fully grasp our circumstances, even though we generals are divided. I kind of gathered. Rico Raido doesn't seem too happy about having to babysit Dico Pampo.
もう一つは、貴公ならこの状況を打破できる案を出せるのではという期待だ。
The other reason? I was rather hoping you might be able to devise a plan of actions for us. Well, I'm honored that you think so highly of me, but
謙遜することはない。貴公はそういう奇策を考えるのが得意だとオシトル殿から聞いている。
dispense with the modesty. Lord Oster himself praised your capacity for forethought.
見ての通り、デコポンポ殿は数を頼みに押し切る戦いに慣れきって、今回もそれが通じると思い込んでいる。
As you likely gathered, Lord Decopompo has become blinded by his reliance on sheer numbers.
加えて、この戦いでも失敗したとなれば後がない。退くなどという選択肢は花から頭にないのだろう。
The added pressure of his previous failures has him agitated. In his mind, defeat is not an option.
それゆえにここにとどまり戦うことに固執している。しかしこのままでは兵は消耗するばかりだ。
And so he remains adamant that we hold this position and fight on, only whittling down our numbers.
いよいよ戦況が動かぬとなれば、その時はライコー殿が動く。
Should this statement continue, it will force Lord Riko's hand.
しかし、ライコー殿が戦に口を出す時は、全権を担うと道義と語った。
He mentioned that should he take action, it will be to assert total control by invoking his office.
つまりそれは、ライコー殿にはあらゆることが許されている。
In his capacity as marshal, the ramifications of any strategy he employs would be forgiven. Any strategy.
そう。あらゆることだ。
I fear it is as it sounds. As Munichiki's voice adopts a heavy, summer tone, a chill rolls down my spine. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen Raiko's battle style firsthand. So that's bad, I assume.
ライコー殿は兵を駒のように扱う。戦は駒のやり取りであり、戦局は数の変動でしかないのだ。
Lord Raikos views soldiers as pawns upon a board. To him, war is a game of numbers, cold mathematics, and nothing else.
それ自体どうこう言うつもりはない。だが、情に一切左右されぬゆえ、戦果だけを求められた場合、ライコー殿は手段を選ばない。
I do not mean to question his efficiency, only he is not swayed by such petty things as emotion.
我らの損失が大きいほど、その帳尻を合わすために戦を拡大し、徹底的な殲滅戦を始めるだろう。
Under his banner, I fear the losses on both sides of this war would be too dire to recover from.
その時は、敵味方は愚か、戦に関わらぬ民草。
Yeah, I agree with her there.
あまたの屍が積み上げられることになるだろう。
Not simply soldiers on the field, civilians too, if he has his way. All of them, corpses to tread over.
甘いと言われるかもしれぬが、小生、それだけは避けたい。
Think it naive if you must, but I will act against that coming of such an end, any way I can. I see now. Oster did tell me to help Muchiki however I could. I really like to, but it's not like a magic solution to the problem is just gonna pop up into my head. Sounds like she's got some kind of animal caged up in there. Just pretend not to have heard and...
ズスクルには奇妙な声で鳴く虫がいるようだ。
Husker's insect life makes such bizarre sounds. Yeah, you're not fooling anyway. Gutsy to try to cover up sound that loud though.
キコは 意地が悪いのだな。
You could be rather mean-spirited at times, you know. Have you eaten anything today?
少し思うところがあってな。
I have, thoughts on that. Yeah? Something about the way she said that feels off. Moonchiki, you haven't been eating at all, have you? I thought she was looking pale, sickly even. Why haven't you eaten it yet? We brought enough provisions for everyone, I thought.
キコーラの助けでな。だが、それも長くは持たぬ。
Yes, and I thank you deeply for them. But they will not last forever.
切り詰められるところは切り詰めねばと。どうしてもな。
We must conserve supplies wherever and however possible. That doesn't mean you should sacrifice your own health. That's just counterproductive. Besides, if the soldiers see their general like this, it's only going to hurt morale.
分かってはいる。自身でも愚かなことだともな。
I know. I understand how foolish it must seem. I know how you feel, but we can't have the general stumbling around weak and hungry like this.
そうだな。そうなんだが。
You are right. You are undoubtedly right, but I mean, I get where she's coming from. If this ailment keeps up, even the new supplies will drain. In other words, Miuchiki thinks conquering Tusker is going to be a long, hard campaign, which means we need to prioritize securing our supply lines for the future. It's worse than I thought. Finding a land where the enemy has complete control of the roads must be hitting you hard.
不覚であったとしか言えぬ。
It was carelessness on our part.
どれだけ本国から補給が来ても、すべて途中で奪われてしまってはな。
No matter how many resupply missions are mounted, if they're taken before they reach us, stolen, huh? Probably easier said than done that we should just steal the provision back again. If the back of the fortress is sheer drop, that means the only angle attack is the front, where all the defense will be focused. They'll hardly just let us waltz in, which means attacking the fortress head-on is a pointless endeavor unless... Sarah, you there?
ここに
By your side.
お呼びですか、主様。
Speak, and we shall listen. I'm gonna go have a look at this fortress. Tell the others to...
お供を
We will escort you.
どこまでもおそばに。
We remain forever by your side, our master. Yeah, I had a feeling you'll say something like that. Whatever.
言ってくれるか。感謝する。
You're going? Thank you. Don't worry about it. Besides, it's not like I can do anything before I can scope this place out.
吉報を待っている。
I wait good news then. So I'm here for recon and all. Going in Audi. Hee hee hee. Ah, hee hee hee. But why the hell are you all here?
あのままでは暇で仕方ねえからな。
Well, it's not like there's anything better to do back at camp.
まあ面白そうやしね。
Yeah, this is way more fun than anything back there.
山野をかけ調べるのは私の特技だぞ。どうして我らを偵察から外すんだ？
Reconnaissance and infiltration of secure places is what I do. Why didn't you call on me for this?
心配だからハクたちだけで行かせられるわけないかな。
I'm hardly about to let you do something this dangerous alone, Haku. I was just planning on checking out the area. Don't worry so much.
なあなあ、それで何を見物しに行くん？
So, what kind of sightseeing did we come here to do? Sightseeing? We're not here for leisure. We're scouting out the Tusker Fortress defenses. I want to see if we might be able to steal back those pillaged supplies. From what I heard, the defenses are rock solid, but I want to see firsthand if there might be a gap.
物資を奪い返す。
Take back the stolen supplies? If we can, that is. Guess it can't be helped. If you all plan on following me, let's go round back. Damn, that's tall. According to scout reports, the top of this cliff is the warehouse they keep their supplies in.
高いだけじゃなくて、この上断崖絶壁か。
Not only is the cliff tall, but extremely steep too.
わざわざ山中のこんな険しい場所に砦を作るとは、あちらの方もなかなかに意地の悪い。
Imagine the effort that must have gone into building a stronghold in a place like this. Any sign of enemies?
測敵。
Searching.
この辺りに人の反応ありません。
We cannot sense enemy movement in the immediate area.
姿なし。気配も感じませんね。
I don't see anything, nor do I sense any presence around here. So they don't guard this area heavily then.
確かにここを登って大軍が来るとは思わんだろうな。
Well, if I were them, I wouldn't exactly expect an enemy force to charge up the cliff face. Okay, would you be able to climb this?
そうですね。手がかりは少ないですし、高くなるほどこちらに反り返っています。
Let's see. There aren't a great many handholds, and the angle gets steeper and steeper.
不可能とは言いませんが、遠慮願いたいものです。
I never say never, but I'd rather not try. I see.
正直空でも飛んでかない限り無理だな。
To be honest, it'd be close to impossible unless you could fly. Fly, huh?
なあなあ猫やん。空を飛ぶことってできないんけ？
Hey, Nico, you know any ways to fly?
無理無茶を言わないでほしいのです。普通の人に羽はついていないのです。
Please, beyond defying all logic and sprouting wings, none of us are flying anytime soon.
そうけ？でも、クオンハンのお姉さんとか、スイスイ空を飛んでたえ？
Really? But wasn't Cone's sister flying about in the sky that one time?
そやから、あんなので飛べるなら、手に羽をつけてパタパタしたら、きっと飛べると思うんよ。
If she can fly, maybe we ought to strap wings to her arms and flap until we can fly.
いえ、それは。
That, Nico looks troubled for a moment until Norser steps in to answer the question instead.
無理だな。少しの間は飛べるかもしれないが、すぐに真っ逆さまだ。
That would be impossible. You may gain some airtime, but not lift. You crash right to the ground.
へえ。ノスリハンも案外博識なんやな。
Oh, you're pretty knowledgeable, aren't you, Norsey?
それほどでもあるがな。いい女は知性にあふれているものなのだ。
I don't mean to brag, of course, but yes, I am a good woman who has knowledge of all kinds.
ええ。経験は得難い知識です。幼い頃に実証済みですからね。木の上から真っ逆さまで、みんなして肝を冷やしたものです。
Yes, well, she also has first-hand experience. I remember when she fell out of the tree trying it.
まさか、それを本気で試す人がいたとは思わなかったのです。
Astounding. I never would have thought someone would attempt that in reality. I figured as much. I'm surprised you managed to get airtime trying it though.
じゃあ、どうしてあんな細い翼で飛べるん？
Then how did Cone's sister fly with such thin wings?
神お姉様たち、オンカミヤ竜は強力な力を操る部族なんだ。
My sister and others of the Onakami Yuri possess mastery over certain powers.
だから、空を飛ぶのも羽ばたいて飛んでいるのとは違うみたい。
She was flying by other means.
なんでも、飛ぶというより浮いてる感じって言ってたかな。
Besides, from what I could tell, it's more like floating or gliding than actual flight. I guess so, now that I think about it, she was just sort of hanging in the air. Like a balloon or a balloon.
ハック？
Haku? That's it!
どうしたのかな？
What's the matter? If we can use a balloon to get up there, no. A regular one is too small. We need a hot air balloon. It wouldn't even need to be able to move laterally. As long as I can build one to go up and down. It's just an armchair theory, though. I mean, what would I even do for materials? Where would I find something even remotely appropriated? It'll need to be light, sturdy, airtight. Everyone watches me suspiciously as I go on muttering. Cone, meanwhile, seems to find something.
いいもの発見。
Oh, look what I found. Cone wanders over to a bizarrely large flower, digging at the dirt beneath it.
その花がどうかしたのか？あ、いや、それは花なのか？なんか変な香りだな。
Is that flower special somehow? Is it even a flower? It's got an odd scent.
もしかしてそれはヤンマモロロなのです。
Could that be a Yanamoro?
この根は加工すると食べられるんだ。これで少しは兵糧の足しになるかも。
Mmm.
ごめん、ちょっと手伝って。
The roots are edible. If you paired them right, it could help the food storage. Help me, Nico.
はいです。
Of course. As the rest of us watch on, Cone and Nico dig out a large, plump bulb, easy as big as their hands.
ほほう、こんなのが食べられるのか。うまいか？
Oh, so that's the edible part? How does it taste?
味はほとんどないかな。栄養もあまりないけど、くにゃくにゃした食感で腹持ちは良くなると思うよ。
I'd say it doesn't really have a taste. It's bland, but it should keep you full for a while.
なるほどな。結構でかいな。
I see. It's pretty big, huh?
味がないと言われても想像できません。少し触っていいですか？
Hard to imagine something like this has no taste. May I? Hold it?
ヤンマモロロだとしたら取り扱いには注意なのです。
Oh, be careful when you handle a Yanamoro bulb. Huh?
あ、そうそう。毒があるから注意してね。生で食べたりしたらダメだから。
Yes, it's poisonous uncooked. Keep it out of your eyes and never eat it raw.
毒だって？そんなの食べて大丈夫なのか？
What? Poisonous? Are you sure we can eat this?
ちゃんとした処理をすれば無害になるから。
It's completely safe as long as you observe proper procedures.
まだそのあたりにたくさん生えてるみたいだから、みんなもこれと同じのがあったら掘り起こしてみて。
There seems to be a lot of them around here, so do me a favor and dig up any you can come across.
ハク、どうしたのかな？ハクも忙しくないなら掘るのを手伝ってほしいんだけど。
Something wrong, Haku? If you could help dig, too, I appreciate it. Judging by the shape, the texture, could this be konjac?
こんにゃく？
Konjac. Konjac. Hot air balloon. Ah, that's it. I got it. It'll be a risky proposition, but with some luck.
ハク？
Haku? Cone, I know how we're going to get at the storage warehouse. Huh?
本当なのですか？
Are you certain?
一体どうやってこの崖を？まさか表に回って正面突破しようなどとは。
How do you plan on suppressing the cliff? I hardly imagine you tend to make a frontal assault. No, this isn't that reckless. I mean, yes, okay, it's reckless, but not a stupid reckless. More importantly, Cone, what are you gonna do? You can pretend you didn't hear anything, you know.
ハク。
Haku, you still have time. Think carefully before you give me an answer. We quickly dig up as many of the Yamamura bulbs as we can, then go back to camp to make preparations. Ouch! Nico gives a surprised yelp as she accidentally pricks her finger with the sewing needle.
大丈夫？
Are you okay?
大丈夫なのです。これくらい。
I am alright. Merely a small poke.
でも血が出てるかな？
Oh,
待って
you're
て。
you're bleeding. Here, let me. Cone takes Nico's hand in hers, then suck on the injured finger.
姉様、そんなの舐めたら。
Dear sister, you don't have to.
いいからいいから。
It's fine. Those two are getting along, as ever.
ハクさん、手が止まってますよ。
Haku, your hands aren't moving. Oh right, sorry. Talk about Kuru and I grate Yamayo while Kone's group sews pieces of cloth together. All the extra scraps of cloth I gathered from camp will ultimately form a single enormous sheet. With Munichiki's help, I was able to obtain permission to gather all the cloth I needed. Ruthie and the twins seems to be decent hands at sewing, so that part is going smoothly. While I watched Nico and Norcy stab themselves with their needles for the umpteenth time. With Ruthie overseeing the sewing, though, I'm not too worried. Hup, hup, hup. I didn't expect you two to be this good with the needle and thread, honestly.
意外は余計かな。
Well, that's just rude, I think.
ほら、裁縫できた方が旅が楽になるから。あちこち歩き回ってると服とかすぐにほころぶし。
Sewing is a key skill for the solo traveler. Your clothes go through a lot when you're on the go. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
もちろん作ろうだけじゃなくて作るのも得意かな。今着ているのもそうだし。
Of course, it's not just mending I have a knack for. I can make stuff too. These clothes I have on.
あ、今度ハクの服を新調してあげようか。
I can make some new clothes for you later if you like. Clothes for me.
ハクっておしゃれに疎いっぽいから。いつも同じようなのばっかり着てるし。
Yeah, you don't seem like you're terribly big on fashion. You wear the same thing every day. Well, if you're offering, I'm not gonna refuse.
服を
Clothes
主様が
or master.
新しい服をご所望。
Do you desire new clothing, master? Suddenly, several of the girls in the sewing circle approach me, needles still in hand.
新調する。
I will fashion them.
私もお召し物を作ります。
I will also set about making new garments for you.
私もこの布が余ったらハク様の新しい服を作ります。
I'll make some too, if we have any leftover clothes. Well, I'd prefer if you didn't actually.
ダメなのですか？
You don't want them? God, no, it's not that I don't want clothes made by you.
なくても作る。
Even if no cloth remains, I will do as commanded.
私の服をばらして主様の服を仕立て直します。
If you wish it, we can disassemble our own clothing and fashion your new wardrobe from the pieces. Don't take off your clothes here, please. Alright, we'll talk about this later. In a bid to change the subject, I turned abruptly to Adi. So, Adi, you're pretty good at this, huh?
クオンハンと似たようなもんやえ。船の上で生活してると帆とか網とか縫うのが普通やし。
Well, my reason's pretty similar to Cone's. Living on a ship, you learn to repair canvas and nets.
トト様たちの服もうちが作ったんや。
Most of Papa's clothes are things I've made for him, actually. Oh, you made those?
うちもお兄さんの服縫おうかな。
Maybe I'll do the same for you, love. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about all this.
作業は進んでいるようだな。
I'll go to preparations. I turned into the source of the new voice to find Munichika. It's going so-so, I guess.
しかし、本当にそんなものが空に浮くというのか。
You speak the truth when you say this controversy will float in the air? Munichika looks over the giant, stitched together sheet of cloth the girls are working on.
はいです。こんな方法聞いたこともないですが、原理的には間違いないのです。
Yes, I meant to never encounter this particular technique, but the governing principles are sound.
しかし落ちると結構痛いぞ。具体的には手の骨が折れるくらい。
Has nobody pointed out yet that it's gonna hurt if we fall? There'll be broken arms at least.
あの崖から落ちたら全身の骨が折れそうやね。
If we fall from that cliff, I think that's gonna be more like broken everything.
あたい様、そのような話は。
Miss Audie, please don't joke. Don't worry about it. We've pulled off more ridiculous schemes than this. It'll be a walk in the park.
まあハクさんはいつもはいい加減ですが、こういう時には当てになるですし。
Well, you are the king of ridiculous schemes. Haku, even if you're you're a layabout and lazy bum.
ハクさんの言う気球の原理は間違いないのです。ですが、せいぜい紙で作れる程度の小さなものしかなかったのです。
This hot air balloon seems quite plausible. I know of a small-scale proof of concept using paper.
なぜなら、人を運べるほどの強度や機密性を保つ方法がなかったのです。けれども、それを布にヤンマモロロを塗って可能にするなんて。
But never a full-scale application. No material would work. But cloth rubbed with Yamamaro could do it.
気球の原理もヤンマモロロも知っていたですけど、とても思いつかなかったのですよ。
The air tightness lent by the Yamamura fiber is a sound principle, but I had never considered it. Ah, well, sometimes you just need to think outside the box. The group turns to me with no small amount of awe in their eyes. Is what I'd like to say, but I'm pretty sure I just got lucky on this one. I have to keep the air of confidence rolling if this crazy plan is going to work. Extraging is the word of the day.
小生には詳しいことはわからぬ。だが、白殿が命を懸けるのだ。我らも助力を惜しまぬ。
I'm still not certain I fully grasp the details, but we will support you however we can. This will sound weird from the guy who came up with it. I'm surprised you agreed to this insane idea.
オシュトル殿が真を置くのも一因。だが、白殿は小生にも妙な期待を抱かせる。
Lord Astor trusts you, and so do I. Perhaps it sounds odd, but you give me hope, Lord Haku. I'm not sure I've done anything to deserve this much of your trust.
強いて言えば、姫殿下のかんばせに浮かぶ笑顔だ。
But you have. The princess is smiling. The princess, huh?
ああ、姫殿下を笑顔にするのは一筋縄ではいかぬ。
You heard me. It's not easy feat to make Her Highness smile, so.
なのに最近は周囲のものすべてを幸せにするような笑顔を浮かべなさる。
As of late, however,
気候が来てからだ。
she often smiles so broadly that it affects those around her. Ever since you came,
気候には底知れぬものを感じる。ならば大きく張ってみたくもなるだろう。
I sense a kind of greatness in you for that. As such, you have my implicit trust. Still not sure I quite get it. Well, we'll do our best to pull this off. Just don't get your hopes too high. It makes pressure.
そのようなことを言ったのも気候が初めてだ。
Ha! I don't think anyone ever said something like that to me.
邪魔をしたな。
Thank you for your time. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Well, as you all may have heard, certain people are putting their trust in us. Let's get this done.
それにしても、よくこんな薄い布がたくさんあったのです。
I remain surprised you managed to find this much scrap cloth.
そうですね。 が王妃様たちと集めてくださったのですが。
Yes, Sir Haku and Sir Ogi went all over the camp gathering it.
でもあまり綺麗じゃないのです。
Even so, it is not abundantly clean either.
かんかん。それに
Uh-oh.
なんか変な匂いがする。
Don't tell me this is loincloth.
なんやろ。
Sniff. There's something off about how it smells too. Really? I made sure to wash it all beforehand, so it shouldn't be that bad.
洗った？じゃあもしかして初めはもっと汚かったのかな？
You don't say it. Don't say it. You're gonna have all of them run away. Wash? You mean they were even dirtier before?
どこかで拾ってきたのですか？
Did you pick these up off the ground or something? Oh, come on. You'll hurt the feelings of the people who kindly donated these to you, us.
はい。
Beg pardon? Be a little more careful with them. These are the loincloths of every soldier in the army. Conan and others immediately dropped the needles in their hands. You shouldn't have. Gah! Oh, and all us guys donated a few extra too.
ねえ、ハック。
Hey, Haku? Yeah? Cone smiles at me sweetly, then in an eye blink wraps her tail around my head tightly. Wait, hold on!
問答無用かな？
Nope, not getting out of this one. Crunch. You should never say that. You should have just said you found it. Ugh, you're not gonna be satisfied until my head looks like hourglass, are you?
革の手袋をして素手で触らないように注意して。
Now, be sure you're wearing those leather gloves. Don't touch the stuff with your bare hands. We all pour the grated Yamamoro into buckets and begin to rub it like a paste into the loincloths. It's rote work and it takes ages. I'm bored half to death by the time Audie breaks the monotony.
なあなあ、これって食べ物なんよね。塗るだけやともったいない。
Hey, you said this stuff is edible and all, right? Should we be using this much of it considering?
そのまま食べたりしたら。
You shouldn't eat it raw, remember?
そう言うかと思ってちょっとヤンマモロロの料理を作ってきたんだ。じゃあ少し休憩しよっか。
I thought you'd say something like that, so I prepared some Yamamoro to eat. Shall we take a break?
さすがクオンは気が利く。
That's my Cone, so consider it. Cone steps away from pasting the ground Yamamoro onto the cloth to carefully set out dishes. She produces a cutting board and a knife from somewhere and then carefully unwraps the package.
こんなものかな？
This ought to do, I suppose. Cone fishes a gray jelly-like lump from the package as she speaks.
これが
Is this?
なんだか妙にプニプニしていますね。
It feels very springy.
これってルルの親戚系？
Is this like Ruru?
どこかでと思ったらこれニャクニャクだったんですね。作るところを見るのは初めてです。
Oh, I think I know what this is. It's Naiku, right? I've never actually seen it.
これがニャクニャク。書物では古来より体に良い食べ物として珍重されるとあったです。
I've read of Naiku, a traditional health food through the ages, if I recall.
で、これってどうやって食べるんだ？
How exactly are you supposed to eat it?
これはこう薄く切って。
Well, first, you slice it into thin strips. Cone takes a knife and cuts into the lump, apparently made from Yamamoro liquefied and then reconcentrated.
じゃあ早速味見といくか。
Alright, let's have a taste.
あ、
Oh, Jacquot snatches several pieces from with his chopsticks and pops them into his waiting mouth.
これは
This stuff.
これは？
This stuff?
味がしね
Has no taste at all.
味がしない。そんなアホな。きっとルルみたいに。
No taste? No way. Looks so much like Rule. It's gotta be.
いや、食感はクニクニしてて面白いが、味が恐ろしいほど仕上がるね。霞を食ってるみてえだ。
Well, it's got a funny texture. If nothing else, kinda squishy. Feels like I'm eating a cloud.
まさか姉様が失敗を？
Dear sister, could you perhaps have mistaken the recipe?
味がほとんどしないので正解かな。でもタレをつけて食べると。
Haha, it's not supposed to have a flavor. That's how you know you did it right. Try it with sauce.
ほう、こいつを。
Oh, this is better.
なかなか面白いですね。
Quite intriguing.
このタレも今まで味わったことがないのです。
This sauce is unfamiliar to me.
これはテスクルの調味料を素で溶いたものかな。
It's just common Tusker seasoning and vinegar. We all take some time to enjoy the Yamamuro dish. And with our break complete, we finish pasting on the Yanamuro. Now, to let it dry for a day or so. That's all the preparations done. Nothing left to do but wait and see how it all turns out. Well, off we go.
本当に兵はいらないのだな。
Are you sure you don't need any additional soldiers? This is more than of a heist than a military operation. More people will only attract undue attention. Besides, only so many people can fit into the balloon. And we're used to this kind of jobs. Moreover,
それについては承知している。砦の正面に兵を配置し、敵の目を引きつけよう。
I understand. I will place a group of soldiers within sight of the gates to divert their sentries. Thanks.
戦果に期待している。
I look forward to hearing of your success. I turn to Gon, who seems to be wearing a stiffer expression than usual. I guess I should ask just in case. Take a moment to work up my resolve, then open my mouth to ask her directly. I'm gonna ask this one last time, Cone. Are you okay with this? Will we fighting your countrymen? I understand you've seen this through so far because we're your friends. But Tusker is your home. I don't want to make you kill your own kin. If we end up encountering someone you know,
行くよ。みんなが心配なんだから。
I'm going with you. I'm worried about you all.
そう決めたんだから。
That is my decision. Cone mutters quietly. Cone.
確かに私はテスクルのものだよ。
It's true that I'm from Tusker.
でもそれ以上に離れた場所で何も知らずにじっと待っているだけなんてごめんかな。
I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing you're far away, risking your lives. I see.
大丈夫。要は戦闘不能にさせればいいだけかな。一月ほど立ち上がることもできないようにすればね。
It's alright. All I need to do is incapacitate, or not, incapacitate, no, incapacitate, not kill. I can go for their legs.
二人がいなければだけど。
I hope those two don't show up. You say something?
何も。
No, it's nothing. Maybe the threat of Raiko's scorched earth tactics is motivating her. She wants to keep casualties on both sides to a minimum to avoid approaching that. Maybe she plans on brokering negotiations. Alright, I understand. I really appreciate you coming with us.
ハク、
Haku,
ありがとう。
thank you. Huh? Sure. Cone finally smiles, then moves to where Murichika is standing.
宗近さん、ちょっといいかな。
Miss Murichika, I need to ask you something.
クオン殿、
Lady Cone?
白い馬に乗った敵将とその側近らしき男のこと知ってる？
Have you seen an enemy commander riding a white steed and another man who seems to be his lieutenant?
あれか。何度か見かけた。トゥスクルの兵は盛況なものが多いが、あれは別格だ。
Yes, I have clasped eyes on the pair of them. They seem to be cut above most other Tusker warriors.
じゃあ絶対にあの人たちと戦おうとしないで。
Please, don't fight them, either of them. Hmm?
戦に市場は挟めぬ。いくらクオン殿の頼みとはいえ、約束しかねる。クオン殿の事情もわからぬではないが。
I apologize, Lady Cone, but one's personal feelings have no place in a war. I cannot keep that promise.
お願い。
Please. Cone looks at her with pleading eyes for a long moment, and Munichika finally seems to relent.
できる限り投降を呼びかけよう。小生にできることはそこまでだ。
I shall do my best. If we cross blades, I will prioritize securing a surrender. That is all I can do.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
じゃあそろそろ行こうか。荷物も多いし、日がてっぺんに来る前にたどり着かないと。
Shall we be off? We have a big load to carry, and we need to be at our destination before noon. Yeah. I didn't expect Cone to say something like that. Does she know those two?
よし、列を整えよう。白殿が出陣後、我らも出る。
Form ranks. We depart as soon as Lord Haku's contingent does.
先陣は任せたにゃもぞ。後ろの守りはわしに任せるといいにゃ。
Yes, yes. Lead the charge. I leave it to you. I shall see to our most impenetrable defense. My Lady Munichika,
出るぞ。
let us move.
行かれましたね。
And so they go.
あのブルタンタ、足を引っ張る気満々らしいな。これ幸いと目障りである宗近の戦力を削る腹積もりだろう。
It seems the swine seeks to make more hindrance than help of himself to Munichika.
よろしいのですか？
And you are all right with that?
何がだ？わざわざ手を出す言われもない。
Should I not be? It hardly demands my interference.
相変わらずそういったことにだけは頭が回る。その知恵をまっとうに使えば少しはマシな武功も立てられたろうに。
The filth is especially crafty in matters of subterfuge. He would be a fine general if he desired.
だが愚かよな。自らの首を絞めるというに。
But instead he seeks to tighten the noose around his own neck. What folly.
作詞作に溺れるとはあのブルタンタのためにあるような言葉よな。
Craft brings nothing home is a phrase pliable to fools such as he.
目先のことにとらわれすぎて対局も見えぬし、足元もおぼつかない様は子供ですらわかる。
He satisfies his immediate desires at the exclusion of all else. Even children know not to indulge so.
しかし、宗近も愚直ゆえに少々厄介なことになるかもしれんな。
But Munichika, in all her naivety, may have only made the situation worse.
宗近様があのような歪小なものの策に陥るとは思えないのですが。
Lady Munichika? I wouldn't think her so obvious as the fall for a trap laid by a man like him.
ライコー様。
Lord Raiko?
面白いものが見られるやもしれん。
Then keep watching. You may yet see something interesting come of this war. Bandit more. We need a hot air to fill the cloth up.
はい。
Got it.
任せておいてください。
You may leave it in our hands. We return to the bottom of the cliff, where we immediately lit a fire beneath the balloon.
膨らんできやがった。
Would you look at that? It's really filling out. Whoa!
すごい。
Amazing.
本当に浮かんで。
It really is floating.
ふむ。私 私が頭から地面に突き刺さったのは無駄ではなかったというわけだな。
Indeed, it seems my sacrifice of falling headfirst into the ground was no waste after all.
え
Huh? Things look like they're coming along much better than I hoped, but I look over at the twins. Don't push yourselves too hard.
大丈夫。
We are fine.
力場。いえ、何の問題もありません。
The barrier is... No, pay it no mind. This is no problem. Two of them have been using their powers to stroke the flame enough to make the balloon float. Oh,
そろそろいいんじゃないかな。
do you think this will be enough?
こんなので本当にうまくいくなんて実現できるとは思わなかったのです。
I would never have imagined this to work. As a theory, perhaps, but in reality? No, we need more. To the skies. Loincloth Force 1, onward. They're embarrassed. Everyone kicks them. God, why are you all kicking me?
それは自分の胸に聞くといいんじゃないかな。
Why don't you look deep inside your heart and ask yourself that? I don't think my heart's going to tell me anything.
こういう
It's
こと
black.
なのです、ハクさんは。
You never change, do you, Haku? Seems the attack on the fortress has begun. Okay, how does it look?
さすが宗近様です。見事に注意を引きつけてくれてます。
Lady Muichiki never ceases to amaze. She's quite handily drawing off the enemy. Alright then, everyone, go when I give the signal. You ready, Cone?
いつでも。
Whenever you are. Good, she seems to be fine. Alright, untie the ropes.
およ。
You got it.
浮力十分。
We ascend.
主様、離陸します。
We have achieved enough lift to take off, Master. With a thunk and a shake, the basket holding us all begins to rise. I'll bet they never expected us to fly up the cliff. I can't wait to see their faces. That was all the loincloths? Different versions? Damn. And now they got Chocobo in it too. And then we land. So convenient. Cone! And she knocks out the guard with smoke. Looks like she's trying to knock them out to decapitate them. And then if we do end up encountering more, we're going to try our best to fight non-lethally. No casualties. Understood.
これは戦であり、その指示は僕たちの危機に直結しますが、それでもですか?
You are, of course, aware that we are fighting a war. Are you quite sure you won't retract that order? I won't.
了解した。何？我らの手にかかればたやすいことだな。
So be it. That shouldn't be so hard.
いいんじゃない。旦那がそう決めたんだ。それに従うまでさ。
Sure, why not? Orders are orders. I just do what you tell me, boss.
あやや、やっちゃダメなんけ？
I'm not allowed to kill anyone. That's right. Do your best to incapacitate without killing.
なるほど。了解しました。
I see. Very well. Count, I know you're anxious about all this, but you need to stop rushing in by yourself.
ごめんね。わかってるけど、でも。
Sorry. I just... Yeah. We're gonna do our best not to kill any of the Tusker soldiers, so relax a little, okay? Is that a map of the area that they have on that wall? Huh?
何を言って？違う。
What are you... That's not what I...
もしかしてハク、私が心配って言ったの？
Haku, do you think I was worried because...
敵手だ。警戒を厳とせ。
It's the enemy! Sound alert! Shit.
敵手だ。敵手。
It's the enemy! They're over here! This ain't good. This isn't good. We need to clean this mess up before they call for reinforcements. Okay. Let's view map. Oh, they even have a flag. Do we get to attack that? Let's see. Okay, this is the top. Okay. So we just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a flag. Okay. Okay, let's put you there. No, yet. Yeah, put you there. Should I bring her along? Yeah, why not? Ruthie, huh? Nico. Yeah, let's do Ruthie. Jackawat. Let's give you some items. Oh, these only can be used 4 times. Okay, I forgot the. Okay, scrolls are using items, while these are permanent items we can get. Huh? Pressure would help like the zeal increase to 100. Movement speed, actually, that wouldn't be a bad one for him to have. Alright, element activation stat boost increase. No, let's do that. Yeah, speed is good. No, that's not what I wanted. I click. No speed rate. That's... Okay. Yeah, we'll just go with what I got right now. But Audie, get back in there. Let's fight.
勝利のために私の出番かな。
She's gonna get elemental activation.
こんなとこかな。お仕置きだね。
Earth favor.
勝利のために私の出番かな。逃がさない。はあ。
いや、
まだ立てる？
You get over here,
家族のためにも。
and you go after Haku. Quick rebound.
次はドイツだ。
Haku. Actually, let's go over here. And let's have you just heal you. No, no, that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted him to heal himself so he could take more damage. That's the revenge. Body. No, let's have her move up here. Ouch. I did not expect that. I just hate it when he... Bum, bum. Destroy it. Unyielding. That was a little weird. With how they did that. Are you in range? No. Would you be in range if you're here? You were. Height advantage, huh? Oh, out of range. Too bad. Damn it. Why didn't it listen to my first command? Whatever. Okay. I want you taken out. There. That's what I wanted. Can't fall now. Impressive. Okay. You going after hit Buggy. Health down. Can you get up? Yeah. Hmm. Oh, he's gonna counter. Shoot. I should have looked at that. Art of Revenge. Greenbound. Reversal of Fate. Oh no, okay, I got my Reversal of Fate. One turn. Reveal. Okay.